Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Taurus, November 8, 2022. You're focusing more on your relationships and support system today. Counting on someone is natural right now. A minor but tense aspect between Mercury and Mars later today can cause some havoc, particularly since Mercury is your ruler and is in your sector of communications and mobility. Mars, at the top of your solar chart, is retrograde and stirring up buried frustrations. You could be working under stress right now, feeling pressure to produce or to solve problems quickly. There can be conflicts of interest. The tendency for others to take you the wrong way is strong, although nothing that you can't handle. Fortunately, today's energies also encourage you to gain strength and a sense of purpose from a relationship or special someone in your corner. The cosmos are bringing a special touch to your life once again. This is because mighty Jupiter, the great benefic and planet of expansion, miracles, and blessings, is moving in a retrograde fashion in your solar 7th house of partnerships. This may bring a turning point or change of perspective within you or a significant other. Consider what you're sensing now. If you'd like to reunite with a soulmate connection, now is a vital moment to stir up your feelings, hash things out, and see if they're also on the same page about rekindling the flow. Do you feel certain of your commitments and partnerships? Over the last few days, you may have felt more emotional as you considered the potential trajectory of each arrangement. As the moon enters Aries today, you are encouraged to consider the investment it would take to pursue the commitments you feel strongly about. Fiery Luna can instinctually lead, allowing you to go with your gut feelings. However, you may notice that you will feel more secure in your pursuits when you are working independently or spearheading the opportunity. Use this lunation to be the leader. When Jupiter retrograded back out of your financial sector last week, he didn't end all planetary activity on this side of the financial fence. As the moon returns today, there is a chance to check in with the planets still keeping the wheels turning but missing from the start will be pushback from planets on the income side of the financial fence, with Mercury having ended all planetary activity in your income sector last weekend. Today's celestial atmosphere gives you a chance to lick your wounds, and you should. Don't let your negative feelings go unnoticed, or they will quite likely return with an even uglier face. Pay attention to what comes up for you in the next couple days and investigate the source. To keep you focused and centered, try to get out for a walk a couple of times a day. Fill up your water glass whenever you think of it. It's an excellent time to consider revamping and organizing, as this is part of a force-giving vibration. If it's been a while since you've cleaned out your closets, storage rooms, or the garage, there's no better time than the present to tackle any of them. If it's a workday for you, don't let that stop you. Clear through any clutter in your workspace as well. Consider taking the things that have been lying around for some time and giving them away to someone who'll make use of them. As the moon wraps up its first visit to your relationship sector since Jupiter's return, and its only visit while he is in retrograde motion or when there is planetary activity in your communication sector, it leaves behind something that will continue to grow. This was just the first sign that the communication and relationship gods are working together and will do for several weeks. In the meantime, the moon goes on to check in on money matters, as it returns for its first visit to your financial sector since Jupiter left 8 days ago. Before leaving your relationship sector today, the moon will align with Jupiter for the first time since his return last week, but also for the only time while in retrograde motion. Jupiter is already slowing down ahead of a direct turn later in the month that will see him leave again next month. A friendly aspect to the only planetary activity in your communication sector this year leaves you better able to give your emotional responses, relationships, the past, and unsaid words a voice. Our eyes in the sky. The day's powerful influences tell us to slow down. It isn't just a race right now, it's a marathon for you to do and soak in the healing. The Scorpio sun isn't playing. It requires you to make your mental health a top priority. As the Scorpio sun aligns with the south node of destiny, There is an interplay of power and authority that just doesn't seem to let up. Bosses and colleagues could even try some moves on you that leave you shaking your head in disbelief. People in relationships are going to have to find ways to compromise when Venus and Uranus oppose each other. You can't take on everything yourself. Giving up your peace for the sake of someone else isn't going to remedy any situation. Sweeping things under the rug never served the greater purpose, but with Venus wanting to break away from the drama and noise, it could be a temptation for many. As you rest your head on your pillow, Mercury and the South Node of Destiny in Scorpio will blast open your psychic ability and empathic nature. This is a great time to connect with the other side, but it will be important that you set some emotional and energetic boundaries. Another helpful minor connection between Mercury and Chiron can provide some cosmic healing, allowing you to shake off any hurt from the past. This can help you quash any issues that have been weighing you down in the romance department. This energy is also perfect for addressing your financial situation. If you're due for a raise, now might be a good time to request one. The cosmic weather is quiet today until mid-afternoon, when the Aries moon aligns with Chiron, making us agitated. Present situations trigger a reminder of long-buried insecurities, causing us to shadowbox against a phantom enemy. The irony is that this enemy is ourselves. We are the ones who are subtly replaying past events and reinforcing our own trauma. Naturally, it is easier to blame an outside party for our troubles. Yet, the only way to face this foe now is through acceptance and forgiveness. We must stand toe-to-toe with our psychic aggressor and integrate it, not denounce it through avoidance or passive-aggressive behavior. Healing can only come through reconciliation. Shortly following this, Venus opposes Uranus in Taurus, stimulating surprise events in love and money. Uranus is the arbiter of change, but Venus in Scorpio prefers to maintain control. Although our relationships tend to be paths toward evolution under Scorpionic placements, we still must wrestle with our fixations, obsessions, and jealousies. We expect others to be loyal to us, and us to them, and so when conflict arises in intimate dynamics, it can come as a shock. Even more so, Venus opposite Uranus presages sudden, unexpected circumstances. An out-of-the-ordinary, mysterious stranger may suddenly enter the scene, throwing our predictable life into upheaval. We may realize we need more out of a current relationship, making requests of our partner that push everyone out of their comfort zone. We may even decide we don't want to be partnered at all, desirous of personal freedom. The best way to handle this transit is to be flexible. This is not necessarily an influence of breakups, although it can be one of testing the limits and toying with the idea of illicit behavior. Infidelity would not be tolerated now and could lead to a breakdown of trust and subsequent parting of ways. On the money front, be mindful that this is an occasion for both windfalls and sudden losses. Don't gamble with anything you can't afford to lose.